Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Miss Primrose at Dream House. What is we gonna do? We plugged in today. Plugged in with Face, Hey.
Hey, she already introduced herself, you know what I'm saying? Hey, welcome to the Plugged In Radio or the Boardroom interview. What's up with you?
Hey, what's going on, man? You already know we feeling good in this building.
I see you got that yellow. You came with you brought the sun inside the building today.
Hey, look, I'm the daughter of Oshun, so we had to come out, we had to show out, we had to be seen.
Yeah.
Shine bright.
So tell the people where you from, Miss Primrose.
Most definitely. So I am from New Jersey, Brick City all day long, East Orange. I rep it, I love it, that's where I was born, mostly raised, but I relocated to the south side of Atlanta, Georgia, about halfway through my life. So right now they are calling me the Jersey Peach, y'all. So I'm from Jersey, but I live in Georgia, and I'm a peach baby, so Jersey Peach, Miss Primrose. Oh, and hold on. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm also Jamaican. So, me can chop that chop too, eh?
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, tell us, man, like, I see you out here working, like, non-stop. What is your inspiration? Like, what keeps you going?
Well, to be completely honest, when I was a little girl, I knew that this was something that I wanted to do. Not even something, let me take these glasses off. I'm gonna get real intimate with y'all because I want y'all to look me in my eye and understand when I say these things that I say. When I was a little girl, around 8 years old, I used to do competitions in church growing up, in church. A lot of us have that background story, but I was a pastor's kid, and I told my mom and my dad that I wanted to be an entertainer because I used to watch TV shows like Taina, which still inspires me because I'm going to see my name in lights. And I have already, but to the next caliber, we're going to get there. But what inspired me was just me knowing that this was something I wanted to do when I was a kid. But when I was told that I couldn't do it because I should do something more realistic, I spent a long time of in my life trying to figure out, okay, what's realistic to do that's not that, but it's still going to fulfill, my needs. And about 20-something years later, still came back to music, and here I am. So now I've hit the ground running, and honestly, I don't see me stopping at any point in time. It's just, I know why I'm supposed to be here. So I'm having a good time.
I see, man. It's you a whole vibe. You got the dancers, you got the outfits, you have the full package, man.
Thank you.
So tell me, she made me nervous, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I see you was acting too, right? Are you still acting?
Yeah, so I am still acting. I'm an actress as well. Where we met was on Tyler Perry's set.
Yeah.
For that Haves and the Have-Nots. That's when I used to do a lot of the background back in the day. I was doing stage plays at that time as well. And right now, we are working on getting me out back into that space. So I'm going to take classes. I'm putting it out into the universe right now because we've been talking about it, and I just haven't jumped on it because I have a lot of other things going on, Indie Fresh, everything else going on. So I'm putting something else back on my plate because I do want to get back in that space. It hasn't left me. I haven't stopped. We just shifted a little bit,
Do you find it like overwhelming at times?
Overwhelming. I wouldn't say yes and no. Yes, it's overwhelming because, it's a lot of things coming at one time, and it's a lot of things moving. You can do so much, but you have to stay focused on the direction and on the goal that you're going in, and not try to carry everything at one time because you cannot carry the weight of the ocean. But at the same time, overwhelming, no, because I love doing it. Like, this is where I should have been. This is where, not even should have been, it was where I was always going to be. It was just a matter of time before I got back to, who are you? What do you want? Where are you going? I had to ask myself those questions and really be honest.
Out of your music, out of the songs that you have right now, which song would you say has the biggest traction?
Okay.
So far. Because we know you're going to make more.
Right. Oh, we
yeah.
But so far, What I Want To, very first hit, is a bop. That's what everybody says.
I like that song.
That's so cute.
That shit sounds like...
That's the bop. Like, that's the one that everybody's going to be for a really long time. But my newest song that I have out, which is Zaza and Rose.
I love that one too.
Man.
I ain't even capping.
I love moving to it. I love just listening. I get in the feels with that song. So people hear what I want to, and they're like, yeah, and then they hear Zaza, and they're like, oh, Miss Primrose, So that I would say Zaza right now. Still what I want to. That's my first love. But Zaza, that's a different me. That's a little grown and sexy. You get, real filament intimate with it.
And you came out swinging, so you only been doing this for a year, right?
Yep, just a little over a year now. So, hey, like I said, it's crazy because I was telling somebody the other day, like my very first interview when I did it with them, it was Black Only, shout out to Black Only Chad. I did it with them, and I didn't even know where I was going at that time. A lot of people had kind of jumped on and was like, okay, yeah, we see you, let's go. And I was like, but where am I going? Like, what are we doing?
What we doing?
Right, what are we doing? I just knew I wanted to do music, but I didn't know, like, okay, what does it take? Where you gotta go? Who you gotta know? I didn't know all that stuff yet. So I've just been learning in this last year, like, what it really takes to be in this industry and do the things that you need to do to get to where you need to go. So it's having the goal, but having that plan to get to the goal is everything.
Have you had any, like, you're a female, obviously, but have it been any hang-ups with the fact of being a female, dealing with certain, the industry? Like,
yes, I mean, we're in the industry, so it's what they always say is very male dominated, male driven, and yes, this is true, but there's a lot of women that can give you problems too, or create obstacles for you, and I've met with a few of those things because like we said, I haven't been doing this very long, so people will see me and they're like, you ain't been doing this very long. Well, you need to go through this and this and this, and they want me to jump through hoops just to, kind of get in this, like, why? Why do you want me to have to jump through hoops? Right.
Yeah.
Like, you see me going, you see me doing my thing, and I don't feel like everybody should have to go through the same strenuous obstacles just to get to the top. Like, no, if you see me going, you believe in me because obviously you saw something, but when you heard how long I've been doing this for, you like, nah, she ain't ready yet. And it's like, what? Yeah. It's like people are trying to create obstacles for me sometimes. And it's women. I'm going to say that. It's women. For me, not even the men. The men just be Google eyeing sometimes.
Yeah, let me know what you need.
Right. And they be ready to help. And I love it. But like when I hook up with queens, and I still call them queens because that's what we are, it's like, why are you trying to make this harder for me? Why don't you want to see me win? We can win together. And that'd be my biggest thing. When Indie Fresh came about, I wanted more women on. I'm like, y'all, let's come do this. But a lot of women was like, nah, you just got here. And I'm like, okay. I'm gonna fuck with who fuck with me. That's all.
Right. Shit. What I learned out here is like, like you said, they expect everybody to use the same template. Mm-hmm. But you gotta boss up out here because they'll try to carry you like left and right.
Seriously, try to pull you and push you just to put you through some stuff so you can say, oh, well, I taught her a lesson. Like, you don't have to teach me a lesson. You are not God. You can't control anything that I got coming for me, and it's gonna be for me. But you wanna try, go ahead and try. You just blocking your own blessings, because I'm gonna remember how you treated me. I'm gonna remember how you made me feel. I'm gonna remember this stuff, because when you see me at the top, and then you trying to come in, I'm gonna be like, remember that time? I might get a little petty. Remember that time? But, if you just help me along the way, now we can go together. Mm-hmm. There's no reason to be a crab in a barrel mentality in this industry. There's too much winning for everybody to get. We can all win. And that's one of the biggest things that I don't understand why people can't see that yet. We can all win.
I don't know why they can't see it either, girl. So growing up, how was it growing up, in New Jersey?
Well, like I said, my background is of a Jamaican background, so my parents were very strict, especially when it came down to church. I was a PK, still a PK. And
I'm one of those too.
Hey, PK all day. Hey. So yeah, we PKs, and it's like, it was very strict being a Jamaican PK in a foreign country, because my parents had barriers to where people didn't respect them, so they had to do things a little extra more and push beyond just to get a little bit of respect, because one, they had an accent, they weren't from here, so Americans are like, you're second rate. And then, so my parents had to grow me with a mindset of like, hey, you have to go harder, you have to be stronger, you have to da-da-da-da, but you can't do all that typical stuff. And for them, entertainment was a typical thing to do. You can't do that. And so that's why that wasn't realistic. You need to be a professional, be a doctor, be a lawyer, be something worthy of something. And that was what their mindset was. But as time went on, they started to realize, especially in my older age, now they're like, we just want you to be happy. And so I'm blessed to have parents that are allowing me to just now be happy and see what I do and root for me and show up to my shows and come to my concerts, instead of saying, no, we're ashamed of you, because I've seen that too. I've seen parents who are ashamed of what their kids are doing. They won't even show up, they won't even help, they won't even support, and that leaves trauma bonds still, and a lot of people don't understand that. What's up, Joe? A lot of people, that's one of my brothers, a lot of people don't understand that you need the family support. I mean, did y'all see the Kanye documentary? You saw how hard Donald was behind Kanye with everything he did and how great he is because his mama deeply rooted in him the belief that he is the best and she's always there with him. Nobody can tell Kanye anything. So I believe that parents need to know, like, hey, support your kids no matter what it is they're doing. Yeah, you don't want them shaking their ass for $2 outside on the street. I get it. That's not what we're saying. But when they have a dream and you see a light in them for what it is that they're doing, push them in that direction. Stay behind them. And that'll catapult them even further. So I tell my parents, oftentimes I don't blame them anymore, for the things that they once knew, because that was the best that they knew at that time. So it just was what it was, but now they see me, they appreciate me, I appreciate them, and I'm just grateful to still have them here so that they can see me glowing up in my light and what they knew I was, because as a little girl, my dad knew I was going to be a singer too. I was singing in church. They knew that it was just like they were kind of conforming to society at the time. But now we great. My parents great, my siblings great, I'm great, we going up. I'm blessed right now where I'm at. Like, a lot of people are waiting for the confetti to fall, for the lights to be, I'm just enjoying this right now, I ain't gonna lie, because I still have my family. So
what are some of the lessons, what is one big lesson from the time you was a child to today that still sticks in your head?
From the time that I was a child.
Something that you still carry with you today.
Ooh, Lord, something I still get from a child, because see, a lot of things have changed since I was a child. The beliefs that I used to carry then, and that's a really good question. I had to think about that one. I would say probably, something that my dad has always said, and something that I'm now really, really seeing, is that your family is your biggest blessing. Your family is always gonna be there, no matter what, because we've had a lot of ups and downs in my family, but when I turn back and look to the left and the right of me, it's always my family. Like, friends come and go. So many friends have come and gone. Even since I started this journey just a year ago, people have come and gone. They come, collect a check, and say deuces. They smile in my face for a little bit of time, but then, they're really gone. And the only people that I get to look left and right and still see are my family. My mom, my dad, my brother, and my sister. The four of them, and then I'm the baby. I'm the baby of the family, so I'm spoiled. That's what they say. But that lesson of putting your family first, make sure your family's good, is like so prominent for me now, because it just keeps happening. And I would think, hey, I got somebody's on the team, they're here rocking. Ooh, we good. What's going on? And then 2 seconds later, they dissipated, and I would reach out, and I'm like, what happened? What's going on? Communication it just doesn't go the right way with people. So, but my family, forever there. I could have a fallout with my family, and this has happened before, and I'm very open and transparent with my life. I've had a fallout with my brother before, and we hadn't spoken for months on end. And then we come back and, we chop it up, we laugh, and it's like, that was petty anyway, and we back good, because that's my brother, that's my blood brother. So I realized over time, even though when I was younger and I used to be like, my family, I didn't really like my family back then, because it was just so much stuff, you know. But now that I'm older, I'm like, all that stuff brought us way closer. So I love my family.
And you preaching some stuff, because that's exactly, yeah.
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 People can relate to that. Like it's always the family. It comes back to the family.
So, what are your next couple of moves? I know you don't have to give us the details, but what are the plans for the Primrose brand?
Okay, so Miss Primrose does have a lot going on right now. Indie Fresh, being that's my baby. You know, you were the judge at Indie Fresh 3.
Yeah,
Shouts out to you and the panelists. You know, you were there, you held it down. So we have Indie Fresh 4 coming up in September 9th to be exact. We're gonna have some dates, not dates, but location, everything dropping on the website. So indiefreshconcerts.com, y'all go check it out, indiefreshconcerts.com, or check out the Instagram, indiefreshconcerts. The series is gonna continue to go on, it continues to grow with every new passing time. I have a YouTube vlog out called Music is My Therapy, which I just dropped in the second episode sometime last week, and the third episode is coming at the end of this month. And it basically keeps everybody abreast with my journey and how it's been going from this time I started music. I talked about, you know, kind of a little bit of what we talking about here, and I'm just keeping people up to date because I want you to follow and see that I'm just like you, came from a place where people were telling me I couldn't do it. And I said, you know, after going to therapy, which I will always forever and a day be an advocate for therapy, I started at a place where I just didn't know who I was for real. You know, I was doing everything that I was told to do. I went to school, I got the degree, I was going for my master's, blah, 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 hurry, hurrah. Was doing all of what I thought I was supposed to do, but when the pandemic hit and I was kind of left like, okay, with myself, like a lot of us were left with ourselves and to try to figure out who we are and what we got going on, I started going to therapy, and my therapist helped guide me down the shadows of my mind to really pull out who I am and where I wanted to be and what I got going on. So Music is My Therapy, my vlog on YouTube talks a lot about that and brings you through that journey with me. So if you would, go ahead and subscribe to that. Miss Primrose on YouTube. So that's there. Indie Fresh is coming up, as I said. New music is dropping. We are working on my very first EP right now, which I'm so excited. So I have like 8 songs out of 10 done right now. Done. And it's gonna, y'all, when I say this is a whole different side of me, and it's like you get what I want to, then you get good, you get Zaza, and then you get this EP, and it's, for me, I didn't know I could do half the things that I did on this new EP, and I'm really excited about it because of the fact that it's bringing me out even more into myself. Like, it's pulling out of me all the things I'm talking about, a lot of personal stuff. So y'all are gonna get real in tune with Miss Primrose really soon, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I'm okay being transparent. I'm okay being out here because there was a really long time where I was just so closed in. I'm like, no, you can't let them see. Don't let them see. But now I'm like, see all of me, you know. I'm like, open up. And I think that is what actually helps the brand. It helps the dream. It helps you connect to me. It helps you relate to what I got going on so that you can be encouraged to do you too, you know. And so I'm just excited. There's a lot going on. I don't want to say everything, but I got podcasts coming out. Y'all stay tuned for that. You have to subscribe to the YouTube though to see what's going on. Stay embraced. Yeah, it's a lot of great things. Some work with Faseworld coming soon.
So I do have, my curiosity is this.
Yeah.
New artists, you got Indie Fresh, you got this, you got that, you got this, you got that. Are you doing this, like, I know you got a team, but are you being managed, or is this you saying, okay, this is what I'm gonna do next, this is what I'm gonna do next, like,
so
where's that coming from?
Good question, because a lot of people don't know. So I'm an independent artist, 100% fully independent. I do have a team of people who help me. I'm the leader, I'm the line leader. I delegate, I put people in place and say, hey, go do this over here, go do. I'm the mastermind. I do now have a manager. I've had 2 managers up to this point. My very first manager was my good friend Chris J. Yancey. Shouts out to Yancey and Yanceyism. He was my manager for the first first half, I would say, of my career thus far.
And in these past 3 months, I've had a new management. Shout out to Drift Ready Performance, One Penny at a Time Investment, Champ Sadiq, Shorty, shouts out to you. He is my new manager, and when I say manager, I mean I'm managing myself because I have to know my business, you know, and that as an independent artist, I think a lot of us miss that portion of business, is that you have to know your business, you have to know your numbers, you have to know what you got going on, so that when you're talking to people and you're pitching yourself to other investors and you know, partners and things like that, you know what you're talking about. I can't leave everything to somebody else and me not know what's going on in my house. So I manage myself, but I do have other people who help manage my management, if that makes sense. Manage the management. So they keep me in line, make sure, hey, we've done enough over here, let's go over here, let's worry about this now. Shout out to, again, Shorty, Champ Sadiq. He usually, anytime we're going to make an appearance or anything like that, he makes sure that everything is set for me. We have a section, we have my step and repeat, you know, marketing and promo, my cards, all that good stuff.
Yeah, y'all do that very well too.
Thank you. It's been a long time coming. Like when I started, I was printing pictures off of my computer, cutting them out, putting little stickies on the back of them, signing my name. So you have, you know, if you had the very first line of cards that you've ever gotten from me, there's a sticker and they got my signature on it. Keep it, because it's gonna be valuable later. But that was the very first thing I was doing back then. Now we've, you know, stepped it up. We get our stuff actually printed professionally, glossed out, all that good stuff. Got the info on it, got the pictures and all that good stuff. So it's been a long time coming in this short year, you know what I'm saying? But I'm learning and I'm using the knowledge that other people are giving me and instilling in me to move further, faster. You know, I'm not a closed book. I'm very teachable. I love to learn. I be like, look, tell me something I don't know, so that I can go a little bit further, a little bit faster. But we've been working. So I do have management. I do manage myself, but you know, I'm keeping it all in-house. Like, yeah.
So this is a crazy question, because usually when I ask this question, people probably been doing it for about 10 years. You know what I'm saying? But how much money, estimate, it don't have to be an exact amount, but how much money you think you invested into your music career thus far?
Thus far? Now, are we talking about Indie Fresh and everything?
Everything, the whole brand, like, because it all goes to you.
Yeah. So, from the top down, I mean, this is paying everybody to work, paying dancers, paying management, Indie Fresh. There's been a lot going on tour last year. Last time we was on tour, we was all over the place, had to get vehicles and hotels and everything, and that all literally came from me. Like, people don't believe, they don't know, they don't see, and they're like, oh, no, like, before I knew how to really talk and get investors and do pitch decks and stuff like that, I was paying for everything out of pocket. My music video, what I want to, y'all go watch that on my YouTube too. What I want to, music video, everything was coming out of my pocket. So I would estimate, it was more than the PPP loan, I tell you that much. Probably, I want to say $30,000 to $40,000 at this point.
That's shit. I mean, you know, the funny part is because, like, the way you do it is at a professional level, so I would think that you definitely, in this period of time,
got to invest in myself.
Yeah.
And see, I used to spend a lot of money on a lot of retarded things, and I don't say retarded to offend anybody, but just stupid stuff. So now I dial back on the stupid stuff, and I put it all towards my music. I'm like, I don't need that. I didn't need that. I never needed that, you know? So, hey, let's all redirect it to the music and what I actually do want to do, what I need, where I'm going, how I'm going to get there. And it does cost a lot of money because a lot of people really don't know. And that's why I said about $30,000 to $40,000 I've spent in this 1 year just investing in my music career alone, because it matters that much to me and I'm that serious about it. So, yes, I'll put the money towards, it makes sense, paying people to show up and do it. Like, it adds up. And no, I don't get paid for every show I do right now, because a lot of people have that misconception as well. They're like, well, you get paid every time you show up, and I'm like, that is not true. You know, I'm still building my fan base right now. I'm still out here pushing and trying to get out there to where when I walk in somewhere, you know who I am without me having to introduce myself. I'm not there yet. So because I'm not there yet, I have to put my money where my mouth is still right now, you know? So, but a lot of people have that misconception that, oh, you're putting all this money up because you're getting paid every time. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm coming out of my pocket. I'm doing the most pay to get anything done. Nobody's really paying me. I go to majority of my shows. I would say this last year, I've gotten paid for maybe 4 shows that I've gone to, and I've done 37. 4 to 37. Come on, you know, like, and that was my count at December. I've done some shows since December that I'm not even counting in that 37. So you really have to think about it. Like, no, I'm not getting paid, and even if I do get paid, my rate is still really low right now because, like I said, I'm doing it for the love of it. I'm doing it to get myself out there. You have to put the work in. I'm not sitting here asking somebody to pay me $10,000 for one appearance for 5 minutes just yet, but it's gonna come. You best believe it. So get at me now.
So when is there any major artists that you really want to work with?
Absolutely. There are a few major artists that I want to work with, and I'm gonna start with the women because I love my women's. So Beyonce, of course. Me and B, we gonna do it one day. Mulatto girl, Big Lotto now because they don't like the mulatto word, but that was her name, Miss Mulatto, for a really long time. Lauryn Hill is one of my biggest idols. I will play and sing with Lauryn Hill on the stage one day. Mark my words on that. Me and Miss Lauryn. Tori Kelly, love her. Jay-Z, Kanye, J. Cole. I almost will worship the ground he walks on. Almost, because he's still a man, you know? Got it, but still a man. But yeah, there's a lot of big name artists that I love to work with, but there's a lot of independent artists that I also love to work with, and I'm working on it now to get them in my line of, you know, range of view so that we can work it out. Faseworld.
And you know, it's coming. Okay. It's coming. So yeah. Tell the people, man, where they can find you at. Is there anything you want to address to the world or talk about?
Anything I want to address? Well, first of all, I address a lot on my YouTube series, Music is My Therapy, so y'all make sure y'all go check that out. Subscribe to my YouTube because I put all the tea in those blogs. Like, literally, I'm talking about who did me dirty, who showed up when I needed them to, who was lying. I'm putting it out there.
Oh, it's juicy. That's
juicy. And that's what I'm telling folks. I'm like, you ain't watching it yet. The world's gonna catch up. And then when they do, they're gonna be like, she been telling the truth the whole time. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not a closed book anymore. I used to be for a really long time, and I was just afraid to ruffle feathers. But now I'm like, shuffle, ruffle. You know, it's out there. So if you did it, you gonna have to hold accountable that you did it because I'm gonna tell you did it.
Oh Lord Jesus. Oh.
So be careful what you do with me. So
I think I'm gonna log on to that today.
But yeah, man, look, it's all good, it's all love. I'm still spreading positivity and I'm doing unto others what I want done unto me. I'm always good to people. I don't hold grudges. A lot of people don't know that, or they may know that, but I do not hold grudges. If you ever did something to me, I'm gonna talk about it. We gonna, get it out there. Hopefully address it. If you don't want to address it in an adult-like way, it'll be on Music is My Therapy. They're gonna know that too. But other than that, I'm letting it go because I don't hold on to nothing, boo. Because whatever I hold on to weighs me down. I've learned that in my lifetime now. So I just let stuff go, keep it pushing, and we love,
Yeah, you definitely got me interested in that.
Music is My Therapy.
I'm about to subscribe to that YouTube channel.
Subscribe, share, but yeah, so just being good to people, being good to myself. I love surprises. So I know you're not on camera, but right back behind you where you was just sitting like 0.2 seconds ago until you got up, there's a bag for you because I love giving to people. I'm a giver all day long. So I just want you to have that, and thank you for having me on the show. Y'all, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Miss Primrose Official. That's Miss PRIMROSE. Official. On Instagram, you can find me at Artist Miss Primrose. On Facebook, they wouldn't let me do Miss Primrose Official on Facebook. I don't know why they was hating on me on Facebook, but Artist Miss Primrose on Facebook, Miss Primrose on Twitter. You can usually find me at Miss